Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Gamma Cosmic Show. Comic-Con has came and left, and with that, I believe that this great little story got pushed into the cracks, man. And it's Todd McFarlane's Spawn. It's finally got green-lighted to make a remake, man. And he's going to be working with the studio company Blumhouse. They brought you Get Out, which is a critically acclaimed movie. They brought you Insidious, Sinister, the Purge movies, Paranormal Activities. So they do low-end, low-budget horror movies, and some of those are called classics. So, you know, Tom McFarlane going there and making Spawn a horror movie is very interesting, man. I believe that that premise worked with Spawn, that he is a supernatural entity, and I think a horror movie would be perfect for Spawn. My only gripe is I was hoping that this was going to be a cinematic universe, or their attempt at being a cinematic universe, and competing with WB and competing with Marvel. The Spawn movie is only working with a low budget of $10 million. In the grand scheme of things, competing with WB and Marvel Studios, that is chump change. I believe that the Spawn movie should be getting anywhere between $40 to $60 million. I mean, I personally would like to see it done that way. I think that would make the movie, flesh the movie out a little bit better, and he doesn't have to skimp on how much Spawn that he shows us, you know, so. But that's one thing, too. He's going more with the Jaws theme, where meaning a lot of you guys might remember the old Jaws movie of the great white shark that was terrorizing the beaches. They would show the shark once in a while. You know the shark was around when you hear that dun 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 dun. So he's going to be working along those same lines, that you're going to see Spawn very sparingly, and this movie is going to be more focused around a detective. And one thing that Tom McFarlane mentioned that I laughed and giggled at is who he wanted to play the detective, and it was Leonardo DiCaprio. I didn't laugh because I don't like Leonardo. He's one of my favorite actors. I laughed because the budget that he's working with of $10 million to make this movie would be Leonardo DiCaprio's salary. I mean, unless he knows something that I don't know, maybe Leo's a big fan of Spawn, and maybe Tom McFarlane has hung out with him before and find out that this dude loves Image comic books. He grew up on my work, man. So maybe he's willing to take a pay cut to work on such an iconic character, Spawn. But I'm doubting that, man. I doubt that Leonardo DiCaprio would take a pay cut to work on this movie. One, because if it flops, it hurts his brand. You know, when you come off a flop, man, a lot of studios start looking at you a little different. You know, I've seen that happen with Ben Affleck. He came off a two great movies, The Town and Argo, and WB made him their golden boy to be Batman. Then once The Accountant flopped, and then we're hearing that there's some creative issues in the background with the Batman, with Matt Reeves and Ben Affleck, now it seems like WB's not willing to side with him. It seems like they're more taking Matt Reeves' position on the movies now, man. So that tells you right there, when you come off a successful movie, you have a little more clout, you have a little more say on what the direction or how you want your character or the movie to go towards. So, but this is Todd McFarlane's going to be his debut directing, I believe. I don't know if he directed the Spawn animated series on HBO, but I believe that he had a heavy hand in it. I think he did a lot of the drawings, and I think he helped with some of the storylines. I just don't know if he sat in the back and helped direct that animated series. I don't know what he actually, what else was in his job description. I will find out a little more about that. But if you guys haven't seen that HBO Spawn animated series, it's 2 seasons, and it is phenomenal. It is great. Great storytelling, great pacing. I like the style of artwork. It's a little different than what we're used to getting. It's not like your Saturday morning cartoons anime, and it's not like your Japanese anime. It's like its own little thing. You just have to go check it out, guys. If you have HBO, man, go on your on-demand and binge watch that, man. You'll love it, man. And you're going to come right back here and watch this video and want to hear more about Spawn. So with that said, man, I was hoping with this news of Tom McFarlane getting Spawn greenlighted, that this was the chance of Image Comics to step into the fray and join the cinematic universe. They have so many iconic characters, from Pit, Supreme, the Witchblade, the Darkness, Invincible, you know, and the list goes on and on and on. Savage Dragon is another one, man. And I believe all these characters would make a great cinematic universe, man. They're darker, they're edgier, and I believe that he could market this towards the 25-year-old crowd and up. Those who love rated R movies, man. You know, and Marvel and WB are not really doing that right now. Fox did it with Logan, but I feel that Logan rated R and Deadpool rated R show that rated R comic book movies can be successful. And I believe that this is the piece of pie that Image Comics needs to try to get a piece of, is that rated R comic book movies, and gear it towards us, man. Gear it towards us, man. Make kids want to sneak in there and watch it, because that's what I used to do. If it was a rated R movie, we'd pay for a PG-13 movie and would sneak in and go see the rated R movie, man. And then we cried and whined to our parents to get it for us when it comes out on VHS. Yeah, man, I want them to compete with the big studios, man, WB and Marvel Studios. But it seems like with this budget, they're gonna have to get very creative. And I believe that Blumhouse can be the start of a cinematic universe, but they're gonna have to pick and choose what characters out of the Image comics that they want to actually use, you know, and they have to stay along that line of the supernatural. And I believe that the Darkness and Witchblade could possibly find a home over there in Blumhouse. I mean, they do fit that narrative, you know, with the horror suspense to it, man. And I think The Darkness would be a great, great, great movie. I mean, some even say that they like the video game. I never gave it a chance. It looked interesting, but I never gave it a chance yet, man. But I did like some of the aspects of it, man. I believe they could bring that over to the big screen, man. So Todd McFarlane, man, hit this Spawn movie out the ballpark so you can get more financial backings for your next projects, and bring The Darkness. Bring the Witchblade. Get that little trifecta going, man. That heaven and hell narrative going, man. I think a lot of people are interested, or they don't know if they're interested yet. Sometimes people don't know what they want until they finally see it, man. And I believe this is something that people would gravitate towards, especially us older adults who like a little more dark-themed comic book movies. But make sure, though, you're going out there saying that you're not competing against Marvel Studios, or you're not competing against DC either, because if you get caught up in that flame war of who's more popular, then you're gonna lose, man. Because right now it's all about, there's some fanboys who just refuse to say anything positive about WB's DC cinematic universe, and there's a lot of fanboys on the DC side who don't want to give any credit to Marvel Studios at all either, man. And I'm one of those guys who's right in the middle, man. If you make a good comic book movie, then I like it. I don't care if it's DC or Marvel. Who do I prefer to make better movies? I prefer if Marvel made better movies all around to my liking. But I'm just one person, man. I'm just one person. My cinematic universe from both those companies would look vastly different, man. Vastly different if they left me in control, man. So, especially a comic book purist, man. Bring everything from would have to be straight out the comic book, man. There's no adding all little extra shit, man. I just feel like they have too much history that you don't need to add anything new. You can always dig into the crates and find something interesting about that character and add it into your movies, guys, man. So, but like I said, I'm looking forward to this Todd McFarlane movie. I want to give it a chance. You got the benefit of the doubt. I never seen you direct before, so I'm a little worried about that. I just want this franchise to be successful, because if this is successful, that means there's more movies to come. And with that means that maybe somebody else might want to pick it up, and a bigger company, a bigger parent company, bigger than Blumhouse, maybe Columbia or Paramount or Universal, or even Lionsgate, might say, hey, let's start the cinematic universe. They got something different over there, man. But make sure, Tom, man, that you're saying, I'm making my own little thing. I like what Marvel and DC is doing. I love it. I just have to play that game, man. Because if you get caught up in the flame wars, man, Image Comics is going to lose, because all they really have is Spawn that people know about. And Spawn is not as popular as he once was. I mean, a lot of us comic book diehard know who he is, and we respect his power set. But on the grand stage of things, he's not as iconic as Spider-Man, the Hulk, Batman, Superman, Thor, Iron Man, Wonder Woman, you know, even Flash or Aquaman. I mean, he could be arguably mentioned up there because he is the flag boy over there at Image Comics. You know, he is the man over there in Image Comics. But overall, though, he doesn't hold a candle to these other guys, man. They're so iconic. They've been around for a while. They sell merchandise and toys, man. Kids gravitate towards to those heroes, man. And a lot of these kids are not gravitating towards Spawn right now, but that could change. That could change, man. So come on, Todd, man, hit this out the park, man. I want to see this succeed, because I want to see the Darkness next, and then I want to see the Witchblade. Or in any order, I wouldn't care, man. But I think people would love those two other franchises, man, along the side of Spawn, man. Especially if they're in the same universe, man. But ultimately, I would love to see Supreme, Pit, you know, Invincible, all on the big screen, man, and all part of your cinematic universe, man. So I'm happy, man. I'm glad that studios are starting to do this, incorporate different movies into their own universe. One was the Dark Universe was. I don't think they're gonna go any further than that, man. That was a box office flop. They seemed like they had potential, But the Mummy and Frankenstein shit, man, is kind of dead, man, to be honest with you, man. You have to come a little edgier than that. No one's running out to see the Mummy anymore. I mean, we like the Brandon Fraser shits from a long time ago. Those were okay, the first two. But we don't have a real love for mummies, man. You know, zombies are in, but zombies are starting to die out because Walking Dead is trash. They've been trash since season 4. I don't care what you guys said. I seen the change at season 4, and I knew I was done with them. And now they're catching a backlash. When you make a TV show where you know that certain characters are not going to die because fans say they will stop watching it, then you left the show in the fans' hands, man, and I don't like that, man. And that's one thing why I gravitated towards Game of Thrones. One, I read books like that, and then no one's safe. No one's safe, man. They make the stories realistic to where anybody can die at any time, man, and you just move on. That's how life is, man. But I'm done with Walking Dead. I've been done with Walking Dead for a long time. I will never talk about Walking Dead, really, other than this video. They're just, to me, I don't know, they're not worth talking about, to be honest with you, man. There's other stuff out there that's better than that, and to me, that's more engaging and more entertaining, and I want to see those succeed. I want to talk about those a little more versus fucking The Walking Dead, man. So, but yeah, man, tell me what you guys think about this, man, about Spawn. Do you guys want to see Image have their own cinematic universe? Do you guys know anything about Image Comics, man? I'm sure there's a few out there that know about those, who knows about this great silent third company that's out there, man, trying to compete with Marvel Comics and DC Comics, man. But drop your comments down in the comment section, man, and check out the link down there to Google Plus, man, a great site to all free comic books. There's no sign up. If you have a YouTube account, you automatically got a Google Plus account. And man, hit those links, man. Go right to my site, man. All Hulk comic books, Hulk related, from pictures of your favorite artists, drawing your favorite characters is posted, man. Some of the greatest comic book runs are there. So many comic books, I can't even tell you where to start. Whatever's your favorite, whoever you like, I'm sure that we have hundreds and hundreds of comic books there, man. So go check them out, guys, man. And thank you for listening to me, man. Until next time, man, stay blessed and spread the Gamma Cosmic. Peace.